Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Stardew Valley. And it seems we're doing a cutscene right off the bat. Alright, well, we're gonna go with, let's go with, Wormling. We'll stay with the dragon theme going on here. So, there we go. Alright, our first harvest. Fantastic. Now, we are definitely hoping to get some gold parsnips, and we did get one. We got one. Not as many as I would have hoped, but you know what? One on our first harvest is still pretty good, so I won't be upset with that. Now, you may be wondering what in the world I'm doing, why I am watering empty crop places. We are here shortly going to go and get some more seeds. We have a lot of things we're gonna do today. It's day 5 of spring 1 is kind of a busy day. Let's get that watered. We are also going to put one of our regular parsnip seeds aside. If you know, you know. If you don't know, we will discover shortly what that's all about. But for now, we're early, right? We're early in the day, so we're going to go do a little bit of clearing or foraging or whatever else we can here. I did not bring my scythe, so I won't clear a lot of this stuff. Shame on me for forgetting my tools, but space is also kind of a premium. So oh, fantastic. A little bit of food. We're poor. We will eat our dumpster food. Normally I wouldn't, but like I said, we need all the help we can get, so. Alright. Alright, we'll grab 15 parsnips, and we'll grab 10 cauliflowers. Ten potatoes. I kind of want to get some of this other stuff, but you know what? I think the better option here would be to get more parsnips and then leave ourselves a little bit of money. Yeah, like we don't want to grow stuff too big, but like we also need to make sure that we leave money for other things, so. Also have that, and now we have the quest to reach farming level 1 and craft a scarecrow. Now we'll get that probably overnight. I can't imagine we didn't level up our farming, so. And we'll leave that space in the middle there for the scarecrow that we will build overnight. And then the other thing we need to do is we need to go over to the community center. Now, I think... Actually, let's grab a tool before we go. But I think it should be ready for us to enter. I'm not 100% sure. I don't quite remember all the days for all the things, but yeah. I think day 5 is when you can get into the community center. Yep, there's our cutscene for it. Now, like I said, I will skip most of these cutscenes, but if you're a first-time player, I recommend going through there. It'll explain a lot about what's kind of going on with the broader like storyline. So, or you know, if you guys want to see the cutscenes, let me know in the comments section. Like, that's totally fine. Yeah. Okay, so I promised you guys that you would learn what some of this stuff is. So, yeah, we're going to save stuff. Now, originally, we're not going to be able to read this, but one of the main goals of the community center and the storyline is to restore the community center by doing like various quests for items and so on and so forth. So a lot of like forage will go into that. Some of the other things that we can do will go into that. But yeah, that's why we've been collecting and holding on to some stuff rather than selling just absolutely everything. All right. Now this lady, cart lady, is she's an interesting person because like some of this stuff is going to be like really good. Like I would love to have this rare seed. She's good, but she is pricey, as you can tell, as you can see. Like this is expensive stuff. Some of it is worth it. Some of it's not. And it'll just depend on like what kind of things you're doing on your farm. Like we will have some chickens here in the not crazy distant future, maybe 3-4 episodes, maybe a little bit longer. And so like buying those eggs, not a good deal for us because we could use that for all sorts of other things. And by giving her the money rather than using it on other things for just one egg, like that's crazy. That's a crazy, crazy thing. But if we didn't ever plan on having chickens, right, then it would be a much bigger deal because then we wouldn't have the ability to get our own eggs. So it's all about how you want to play. All about how you want to play. always one step closer to getting that this area fully cleared. But I think I'm going to come down here, chop a little wood, see if we can't get some maple saplings, seeds, and then I will show you. It's not always necessarily the best, but I'll show you what I like to do as soon as I can. So. Okay, we have all of 3 fantastic seeds here, which is not a lot, but it should be enough to get going. What I like doing is I like planting maple seeds, and that will give me, one, a natural boundary for how big my field is going to be, and then 2, when we get to where we can make some tappers, which will be in our crafting menu, we'll be able to get maple syrup from it, and that will do all sorts of other things in the future. But for now, I'm going to go check, see if there's any spring onions, and I'll get back with you. All right, so finished out the day. We did get some spring onions. This is that level up I was talking about, and this is going to be the scarecrow. And there are all sorts of scarecrows in the game. So base ones look like that. And then you have what are going to be called rare crows, which are collectibles. There's 8 of them, right? And if you have all 8 on in your farm at the same time, you get a bonus. That is going to be so far in the future for us, we're not going to worry about it. We may or may not get it in this series, but for the most part, what we're really looking at is this scarecrow and the ability to make fertilizer. Now, we won't get fertilizer down with this set of crops, and that's because you do need to have fertilizer applied before they reach the first growth stage, but we're going to be okay. Second up, we get foraging 3. That's a big deal because remember, we're trying to get to level 4 foraging. So, rain in the forecast for tomorrow. That's a good thing for us. And yay, nothing ate any of our crops. That's fantastic. Now, I don't know. I think I need fiber. Okay. So we have the stuff we need to make a scarecrow, which is fantastic. And that scarecrow will protect our crops from getting eaten. I'm a big fan of not having my crops lost. So. Alright. The to-do list for today is going to include going and talking to somebody that until now we could not talk to, called the Wizard. We are definitely getting mixed up in some shenanigans, everybody. I don't know about you. Sometimes I like shenanigans. Sometimes I don't. This one's kind of funny to me. You definitely kind of regret it, which you'll see, but it's also necessary for story progression, so I kind of don't regret it. I know it's contradictory. You'll see what I mean. And I will see you whenever I get done with these crops. Alright, short time later, here we are, we're back. And one thing you should always do, make sure you water and pet your animal. When you pet your animal, it does count towards as a relationship. Oh, didn't even see that. Right? Not here. It's under animals. Here. You can see we have a relationship score, and you can see if you've petted your pet. Always do that. And it's not like the end of the world if you don't, but you want to do that, right? You'll get bonuses eventually, so it's worth doing. And this is the Wizard's Tower. For this one, I'm not going to skip the cutscene just because I find the whole situation hilarious. But it's a good one. Yep, that's about what I would say too. Spirit of the forest doesn't need to be penetrating me at all. And that probably would taste disgusting. Yep. All right, we'll skip through the rest. We basically finished the important parts of this. But I'm sure you can see why I thought it was hilarious. You're getting high on shrooms that the magic wizard man gave you. That's hilarious. Especially since you like immediately regret it with that level of like, yeah, forest spirit's getting some penetration going on and making you drink stuff that's making you sick. Gotta love it every day. Every day, gotta love it. But all right, we're gonna work on the farm a little bit today. I'm just trying to again get that forage level up. Tomorrow when it rains, we're gonna spend a lot of time fishing. I mean, just yeah, because it'll be a great way for us to make some money, and we don't have to worry about going out with partial energy because it'll rain, so we don't have to worry about watering the crops. So it'll be fantastic opportunity to just get out early and just like fish all day. And hopefully we'll make some money doing it. I think we should, but... And actually, you know, I might also... Yeah, we'll probably spend a couple hours fishing this evening as well, just because we want to make sure we're pumping money. Partly because we really want to look to expand a lot of our field as much as possible, and also part of it is that we want to try at least to get our equipment upgraded before the end of the season. So let's go fish. Got our main area clear, so that's always a good thing. Go give some gifts. You know, we didn't grab any food. So I will see you whenever I get to fishing. Alright, we're getting to the fishing. As you can see, we did a little foraging on the beach to see what we could collect. Did alright. Got an artifact for Gunther, and we probably won't end up fishing too long since we only have 3 slots, but, you know, it'll be alright. Any money is better than no money. Alright, I am willing to sacrifice some bait at this point. Bait is not amazing, so... Alrighty. Well, didn't see those earlier. We'll pop them, and then we'll go grab them after we deliver this to Gunther. Again, not much, but everything's going to help. You know, there's rewards for turning in certain number of things, so we'll look forward to that. Alright. Rebury those areas so we're not disturbing the beach. And we'll go home. We have a little bit of stuff to sell, so that's fantastic. All right, last things last. I believe it's day 5, but after day 5, you can go and get entrance to the mines. That's going to be a big deal for us because we'll need the all the ores and stone and stuff that you can get out of there as we build and improve our place within the world and on the farm. So, I believe it's after day 5 that you can go and get entrance to the mine. So, we will try and get that. Now, we're not going to go delve in the mines. It's kind of late. But if you can't get into the mines, there'll be a big old boulder right here. So... Alright, we met the Adventurers Guild Master there, gave us a sword, and that is always a good thing. Having some weapons is, I would say, mandatory if you're going to go in the mines, leaving aside the idea that there's monsters in there. Which, by the way, there's monsters in the mines. You're going into a deep, dark cave. It's always good to have something to defend yourself with, so... That's that. We'll, I think we'll call it here as far as what day, But I do want to know what you guys think we should do for a naming convention on our animals. If you have a suggestion or something that you want us to go with as far as naming like cows and chickens and all of that good stuff, put it in the comments. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. As always, I appreciate you guys for being here and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Dragonheart, signing off.